everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and this is your first time stopping by, thanks for coming. My name's Kelly and I like to share about secondhand shopping and our life as a family. So today I wanted to do an in-depth, detailed review of the Simplified Daily Planner. Planner reviews is not something I've ever done on my channel, but this has made such an impact in my life in the past year that I really wanted to share it with you. So I'm going to be as detailed as I can while also keeping this pretty concise. I'm shooting for under 10 minutes, so we'll see if that happens. But your time is valuable. And so if you are considering buying this planner, I think it helps hearing from a real person how they use this, how they implement it in their daily life. So let's just go ahead and get started. So before we get into this, I think a few good things to know, just to kind of give you a lens to look through, is I am a part-time working mom. I have 2 young children. I have several small little jobs that fuel my creative spirit. I think that it is helpful to know going into this that I thrive on a loose, structured schedule, but what I love about this planner and what I'll get into more is it really caters to pretty much any type of planning personality, in my opinion. So we'll get into that later. So I have both last year's and this year's models here with me. We're primarily going to be talking about this year's, but just know that they are pretty much the same. There's really not much that has changed between the 2 models. So looking at the planner just right off the bat and doing kind of first impressions, I love that they have multiple patterns to choose from. I think in the daily planner they have 4 patterns available. I chose the Blue Bonnets pattern. It has a nice thick coil binding. I would say one of the things I appreciate most about the design is how sturdy and durable the cover is. I mentioned this in my last video and I'll link that down below when I talked about the things that I'm doing to prepare for the new year. One of those things was buying this planner, and I can honestly say that last year's planner looks just as good, seriously, as when I bought it. And it's because of the durability of the cover. Now, I'm not claiming that it is waterproof. I feel pretty certain that water could do some damage to this. But, you know, normal wear and tear, it does just fine. And anything that I have gotten off of it has been really wipeable, has been easy to clean. So I do just want to give you a close-up of last year's so you can see just how clean the cover is. You know, for 12 months of use, I think that really is impressive. So yes, very durable, very kid-friendly. I would also brag on the tabs. They are laminated, they are durable, they are easy to turn to. So big fan of the tabs. All right, now I mentioned my planning style. It has taken me 30 years to articulate this about myself, but I am a loose planner. I like loose structure. When we go on vacations, when we have, you know, a free day and my husband is off of work, I really like to know the loose plan of the day. And that really spills over into the planning of my day-to-day routine. In times where I have tried to implement block scheduling and have everything down to the T, I end up feeling boxed in and I end up showing my rebellion by just abandoning the schedule altogether. Conversely, on the other side, if I have no schedule at all, if there's no structure, if there's nothing planned for me to do, for the kids to do, no way to be creative and nothing to break up our day, those are the times when I have noticed that I deal with depression more, because there's just not a lot of purpose and not a lot of things to fill our day. So the main reason why I share that is to just let you know a little bit about my personality going into this planner, but also to let you know that if you are somebody that just doesn't do well with block scheduling, or you've tried different things and it doesn't work, it doesn't mean that you're broken. It doesn't mean that anything's wrong with you. You know, we all learn differently. We all plan differently. So what I love about this planner as far as the planning aspect is that it leaves room for structured things and also for loose structure, which I just love. So let's just take a look at the general setup first. Each month begins with a month calendar, which is where I start at the beginning of each month by writing work obligations, birthdays, and anything else that I already know about. And then we get into the daily spreads, which is what I love the most. Each day features 3 sections. You have an hourly schedule for time blocking, a to-do list, and a notes section. This setup works best for me because I use the My Day side to write anything that is scheduled, like school pickup, appointments, scheduled work-related tasks with clients, etc. And then anything else that we want to do throughout the day goes on the to-do side. This list ranges from reading goals to a trip to the library to outside time to meal prepping tasks. I can see the goals for the day, but when they happen is subject to the flow of our day. And if the creative energy takes us in a different direction that I didn't foresee, those tasks are flexible. So those are really the daily and the monthly functions. Now, there are some what I would call extras in this planner. And I think that it is the combination of all of this that makes me actually use the planner. I have tried paper planners before and I never stuck with them, and I honestly think it was just the setup. I don't think that they were set up well. I think that they were too vanilla. I think that they didn't feel exciting, and there wasn't this pull for me to want to use them. So I want to show you these extras because I think they're just really well thought out. So at the beginning, they have a preparing for the new year, ideas for new routines. So you really can examine the year prior and then the year to come. It's a good place to look at your routines. So it has a routine for the whole entire week, but then it also has morning and evening routine. So you can see I don't have much written yet. The things that I have written are pretty much things that I already have in place. And I'm not writing a new routine in until I actually master it. I want it to become something that has, been in place and I'm ready for it. So I haven't written a lot yet, but I love that there are lots of possibilities here. Flipping to the next page, they have what's called the Simplicity Challenge, and it's a 30-day challenge basically to simplify your life. So there's lots of decluttering, organizing, examining your habits, just little things like that. To go right along with that, there are simplicity tips at the beginning of each month. So for example, January's simplicity tip says, take some time this month to evaluate last year. What small change could you make to your daily routine to make this your best year yet? And over here in my notes, I said small changes to my routine, remembering that I thrive with loose schedule, a consistent rhythm with plenty of grace and breathing room, simple attainable checklists that allow deviations for nurturing, learning, and rest. So you can see already that it's not just a planner. It really helps you to understand how you work as a person better. So that means that when I'm working towards figuring out how I tick better as a person, then that means that I am working on being the best wife, mother, employee, creative person in the world that I can be. Another thing that I love, it's just a super sweet part, is at the end of each week on Sunday, it says a happy memory from this week. So it really allows you to reflect and then keep those memories logged on your Sundays. So I just want to take you through a typical day in our life and show you what it looks like for me to use this planner on any given day. So I actually use this for more than just a planner. The first thing that I do is go through, and if there is anything concrete happening at a certain time that day, people coming over, school pickup, appointments, I go ahead and I write those in on that left-hand side of my day. Then on that right-hand to-do side, I will, like I said, put anything that's open-ended. And then the two things that I do that are a little bit different is down in that notes page, throughout the day, I just really try to think of the things that I am thankful for. And at the end of each day, I go down to that notes section and I use it as my gratitude list. And I write 3 things that I am thankful for. I try to make these as specific as possible. Of course you can write you're thankful for your family, your friends, your home. That's not any less special. But I have found that if I can make those tasks very specific to what happened that day, it again is really nice for memory keeping, to look back and say, oh yeah, we took that family a meal that day and it really blessed them and that really blessed us. Or, oh yeah, I forgot that our child was struggling with a skin allergy that day and then it ended up getting better. Or my husband came home and gave me a little break and I took myself shopping at the thrift store, or whatever it is. I think keeping those specific memories can really, really help. The newest addition to my planner, this is brand new this year. I saw a friend of mine put up a little picture of her planner, and at the very top she had written the highs and low for the temperature for that day. And I responded and I said, that is genius, I'm stealing that. And she just said it makes it so much easier to get her kids dressed in the mornings. And I am somebody who, if I can do something without looking at my phone, I would really rather do it that way. So if I don't have to pick up my phone to figure out what we're doing that day, what the weather is like that day, if it's already just in this one spot, that makes my life much easier. So this past week I sat down on Sunday and just went ahead and wrote out the weather for the entire week. Of course, I know that things can be subject to change, but that just gives me a starting point. One brief thing that I wanted to touch on is they do include a sticker pack in the front of the planner. So you can kind of experiment with stickers, and it's a decent amount, I think, and you can kind of decide if you like them or not. I actually have a lot left from last year's planner, and one of those things that I discovered about myself, I am very creative, but that creative energy doesn't really come through in the way of using my planner as an art project. I discovered that about myself. So I am not the person who has every color pen. That's just me personally. I'm not the person who uses stickers. I like having a good pen. This year I bought two of the Pilot G2 38. This is the really fine tip one, and I like the way that it makes my handwriting look. And actually they're not as expensive as I thought they were. It wound up being around $1 per pen, which was a lot less than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, that's another thing that I have discovered about myself, is that I don't really like the stickers. I don't really need a lot of pens, because for me that makes it more challenging and more of something that I'm not going to commit to. So I just do one pen and I hook it onto that coil binding and we're golden. So the last thing that I wanted to address is the price of the planner. You guys know I am a bargain shopper, sometimes a bottom dollar bargain shopper. I negotiate prices at yard sales. So to say that I would buy a planner that full price is $64, honestly sounds a little shocking. And if you had told me 2 years ago that I would have bought a planner that was $64, I probably would have laughed. But number one, it has really enhanced my life. Number two, they are actually on sale right now. At the time when I'm posting this, they are 23% off. So that puts your total for this planner just under $50. So if you divide that out, it's right around $4 per month. If you were to average it out, how much am I paying per month for this 12-month planner? It would be just over $4. And like I said, this is not just a planner for me. It is a daily planner. It is also a calendar. It is also a reflection tool. It is a gratitude journal. So I have all of these different ways that I use this one tool. It really is kind of like an all-in-one tool for me. So that's why I wanted to share it, because it has made such a difference for me. It is the first planner that I have actually loved using, and when it came time to order a new planner this year, I didn't even consider what I was going to do. Was I going to buy another brand of planner? I just thought, I want the same thing I had last year, and I can only see that continuing. All right, you guys, so that pretty much wraps it up. I did not stay under my 10-minute limit, but I hope if you were curious about this planner that this answers some of your questions. If you do have any other questions or comments, please leave those down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you aren't yet subscribed, this is a pretty fun place, if I do say so myself. So subscribe, and I would love to have you stick around. All right, you guys, take care, and I will be talking to you in the next one.